Imagine driving at night with no lights. How dangerous would that be? Well, human consciousness is like the lights of a car. If you have them dimmed, you can't see where you are, you can't see where you're going, and you're very likely to crash. It's another way of being asleep at the wheel. You don't know what you're doing. You're driving by rote. And if anything shows up in front of you, you're going to run into it totally unconsciously. Doing business consciously, living consciously, it's waking up. It's turning on the lights and seeing what's around you. But it's not only the lights about your surrounding, it's also the lights about what's inside you, what means something to you, what's important to you, what do you care about. And even more than that, it's turning a light on other people. What's important to them? What do they care about? What is their perspective? You see, there are lots of cars that are driving at the same time. Everybody's asleep at the wheel. And unless someone wakes up, it's going to be a big mess. And when you look at the business world, that's what normally happens. When things go wrong, people start running into each other. Nobody's thinking about the long term. People myopically consider their own self-interest and not realize that it collides into other people's interest, and they're unable to resolve the conflict. Nobody's looking at the systemic consequences of what they do. So, one person comes from one side, the other person sees a different thing, and everybody's crashing. Now, when people do this, they blame each other because they're pointing fingers outside. So all this unconsciousness ends up creating tremendous destruction of value. What we're going to do in this program is learn how to turn on the lights, inside and outside, and invite people around us to turn on the lights too, so that then we can all drive together in formation, trying to achieve goals that would be impossible for any one of us to achieve individually. That's what consciousness allows us to do. You see, everything behaves. Every entity behaves because behavior, it's an external perspective. Behavior comes from the outside looking in. But action, human action, it's an inside-out phenomenon. Human action is behavior with a purpose. Behavior that's guided by consciousness, where we're thinking, what do we want to produce? What's the future that we want to bring about? And then we come back to the present and we decide, what do I have to do right now in order to create the future that I hope to live in when it comes to pass? In this program, we're going to discuss ways of involving our values in the creation of the future, of involving other people in the creation of a shared future, involving effective communication in the way we coordinate actions and we produce things together. All of these things are going to seem totally easy, and they are. I mean, they're very simple, and they seem easy. But when you try to do them, they will be terribly hard. The best example of this is like doing a diet. When you follow a diet, the difficult part is not reading the book. It's not understanding what you have to eat and what you're supposed not to eat. The difficult thing is doing the diet when you are tired, when you're in front of tempting food, when you don't want to do the diet. And consciousness is the same. Very often, we know better. We actually think, I shouldn't be doing this while we're doing it. Well, doing business consciously is not allowing yourself to go the wrong way. Doing business consciously means paying attention, means being clear about what's important, what's meaningful, and then actually executing it. So in this program, we'll find many strategies, and I'll present to you different tools that will allow you to stay conscious, stay awake while you're driving, and get to the destination that you want to achieve.